Herzlich willkommen zur Maxwell DNA Serie 2.0. In dieser Serie interviewen wir verschiedene Personen zu den Themen der Maxwell DNA. Einige dieser Interviews werden auf Englisch sein und andere auf Deutsch. Was euch aber genau in dieser Serie erwartet, wird euch James erzählen.
Have you ever wondered what is the driving force behind the Maxwell Leadership Certified team members? Well, it's the Maxwell DNA. And in the series, Maxwell DNA 2.0, we are going to take you through new coaches, new members who are going to be sharing their favorite principles when it comes to the Maxwell DNA. The Maxwell DNA is a set of principles that all coaches live by. So hope you enjoy. Stay tuned as we go through every principle for the next few weeks. Sign up, join the different social media platforms that we're going to be sharing this on, and we hope it's an encouragement for you. This is James Newell calling in from West Palm Beach, Maxwell Leadership Offices. Enjoy.
Vielen Dank, James. In der heutigen Episode geht es um das Thema Beständigkeit vorleben. Dieses Thema ist für alle Führungskräfte von enormer Bedeutung, da es dazu beiträgt, Vertrauen und Glaubwürdigkeit aufzubauen und eine starke Führungskultur zu fördern. Unser heutiger Gast dazu ist Sorin Popper. Er hat bei der Entwicklung des Maxwell Leadership Certified Team Programms in Rumänien mitgeholfen und interessiert sich leidenschaftlich für Themen wie persönliche Entwicklung, Kommunikation und Bildung. Ich freue mich auf das Interview zwischen Armando und Sorin.
Anya, thank you very much. Welcome to our podcast, everyone. And of course, welcome to our honored guest today, Sorin Popper. Sorin, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today on your episode. I'm very, very well. I'm in Timișoara, Romania. It's a sunny day outside. It's almost summer, even though it's just April. And I'm very excited to spend a few minutes with you, Armando, and with all of your guests today.
Don't talk about the sun, please, because we've been it's been cloudy and rainy for so many weeks here in Germany. So I don't want to hear when other people, rub it in. Here it's sunny and warm.
Well,
but I'm
maybe
glad for
we'll
you.
just send you some sunny vibes your way, and maybe it'll get better.
Beautiful. Yes, I'll take that. I'll take that. Well, as Anya told us in the introduction, this is our, and James, by the way, he also gave a brief introduction. This is our second run, the Maxwell DNA video series 2.0. And we are so honored to have you here with us to kick off with this powerful subject. And of course, you being an experienced coach, and also you are the lead, the project lead in Romania, and I will love to hear more about that. But before that, before we get into the interview itself, let me remind our audience that if you are not subscribed yet, this is your chance to do so. And don't forget, please don't forget to like our videos. Your support will help us grow this channel and, of course, reach more audience and to add value to their lives. Also, if you want to stay informed regarding our upcoming events, webinars, and much more, follow our Maxwell Leadership Deutsch social media accounts. All of the links will be included in the video description, as well as Sorin's contact information, all of his webpage. What else do you have, Sorin? LinkedIn,
Everything.
Facebook, everything. All right. Well, I'll include those in the video description in case you want to know more about what he's doing in Romania and worldwide, and get in touch with them. Great. Well, Sorin, some of the people, I mean, I know you, I know about you, you're in Europe, you are well known, but some of our audience here in Germany maybe they don't know enough about you. Tell us, please, who is Sorin Popa?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share a little bit of my background with you today. I started as an IT guy. I always like to say it like
The
that.
IT guy.
Yeah, I used to be a software administrator, database specialist. And ever since I finished school, I was in my early 20s, I was exposed to personal growth. And I actually, my first personal growth book that I ever read was Developing the Leader Within You from John Maxwell. And my entire professional career in IT was has been supported by personal growth materials. I was reading books, I was attending personal growth events, I was buying online courses, and I noticed that while most of my colleagues at the IT company that I eventually started working at after school, while most of my colleagues were investing in getting good technically in what they were hired to do, I was growing in multiple areas. I was also growing as an IT guy, but I was growing as a communicator. I was growing as a leader, and in my department, in my IT department, most of our clients liked me better. The company liked me better. I was making friends easier. I was interacting with clients. I was helping my colleagues a lot more than they were helping each other. There was a lot of stuff that was working out for me better because I was investing in growing myself up on top of growing as a professional in IT. And I didn't know it back then, but I was on a journey that would eventually lead me towards John's organization, and I became a member in the John Maxwell organization in 2011. I was one of the first Romanians, if not the first Romanian, who ever joined John's team. I was still an IT guy back then, but personal growth had been part of my life for years before I joined John's team. And so when I joined John's team, I went even deeper into personal growth, and the journey led me to the point where a few years later, I was asked to take charge and lead the project in the Romanian language. All over the world where there's Romanians, we help them and we put them in touch with John's content because it helped me a lot. I can say that it changed my life and the trajectory of my life, and I know it can do wonders for anybody, anywhere, in any field of activity if they just start investing in themselves as people, as leaders, as communicators, on top of whatever professional investments they do as well. So this is in a nutshell my backstory, and here I am today, more than 20 years later, doing this as a full-time business and loving every second of it.
I know. I had the privilege to listening to you, to hear listening to your testimony last year in France at the IMC conference in Paris, and I was deeply touched, really deeply inspired. So I really encourage everyone watching right now, follow him on his social media accounts. Really, really inspiring story, and really inspiring what you are doing in Romania. So great. I'm so
Thank you
happy.
for saying that.
No,
Yes,
really.
I've been inspired by a lot of people and a lot of leaders in the last 20 years. And to be able to inspire people myself is a great honor for me. And I love when they give me the chance to do that on stage in Orlando every time we get there. So
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, that's right. You were when was that? A couple of weeks ago, right? Were you there? in
Oh
Orlando?
yeah. I go there
Awesome.
every time. I've been to Orlando since 2011, at least 2 times per year to the
Hmm.
International Maxwell event.
Hmm.
Ever since I joined, yeah, and
Beautiful.
I've loved it every single time.
All right. We'll have maybe at the end a little time to talk about the conferences, and you can tell us more about that. As you know, we are covering the values of the Maxwell DNA acronym, and you had the privilege to kick us off with the first one, model consistency. And what a better way to start with you and with this value, because it seems to me, it's probably to us, to everyone, that we live at the moment in a world full of inconsistencies, full of change, full of just chaos to some degree. uh, if you can define this value for us, how will you define it?
Yes, thank you. And thank you for allowing me to speak on this. Consistency is a very big deal for us in the Maxwell organization. John speaks about this all the time.
Mhm.
There's entire chapters in his books about consistency. Um, but many of us and many of our listeners today, I'm sure, have come across the importance of consistency sometimes in their history, in their past. I have not met a successful person, and I know a lot of successful people. I have not met a successful person today that have not put consistency on a very important place in their lives. Most of the people that have actually done something with their lives always said that consistency is a real thing and a very important part of their growth. Um, John, I love how John says that consistency is not a very sexy word. It's not something that people get recognized for. It's not something that you get awards for. It's not something that you can post on social media and get 1,000 likes for being consistent. But it's there, and it's at the same level of importance, if not even higher than the other aspects of or ingredients of success. I remember when I was in my early 20s studying to become a software developer. Um, I always thought that you have to have some talent if you're going to be successful. God has to put some skills, some gifts in you in that area. And I always thought that there's people that are luckier that way. And I was one of those people that had a mind for IT.
Mhm.
And I remember when it came easy to me to be an IT guy. And I remember I would understand things faster, better than most people.
Mhm.
But there were some of my friends and colleagues that were not like me, and they didn't get it at first. Some of them were from parts of the countries. Their context was. I mean, I come from an academic family. My
Mhm.
dad used to work in research. My mom used to be a teacher before
Mhm.
she retired. I have a grandma who was a math teacher. And so my
So
family
it's in the
was,
genes, right?
yes, it was in the genes. But I had friends and colleagues in school who didn't come from that background,
Mm.
and sometimes some of them surpassed me in results, and I always wonder, how does that happen?
Mhm.
I've got gifts and they don't. In the how are they better than me? And I realized early on that they were consistent in
Mm.
their journey of growth in that area. I was relying a lot on my talent,
Mhm.
and they were working way harder than I was
Mhm.
in their growth. And then later on, I came to this quote by Tim Notke, I think the name was. He said that work beats talent
Mm.
if talent doesn't work. And I understood that if you have talent and consistency, nothing can stop you. If you
Right.
only have talent and you rely on talent, there might be people with consistency with even lesser talent than you that will do better. And I understood that sometimes talents are somehow hidden inside of us, and it's our job and our duty to pull them out by the work that we put in. And when I decided, and I felt called into this personal development industry, and I decided to grow myself in this. Me being an introvert and me being an IT guy meant it was very hard for me to speak in public, to be in front of people, to do all of the things that are like normal to me today. It was very hard. But knowing that even if apparently I don't have any talent or gifts, if I feel called towards something, that's just God's way of saying there's something precious that I've hid inside of you, and through consistency, it's your duty to pull it out.
Right.
And so I decided to get consistent and to start working my way into this. And through hard work, I discovered things that were inside of me that would help me later on in what I do today. And then when the John Maxwell team started, and the company and John's work, and I got more and more exposed to the concept of consistency, I realized that it's actually true. I mean, there's a lot of people that have done a lot of great stuff
Right.
in life, and they attribute it to being consistent all the way through. Yes, there's passion involved, there's a little bit of luck, there's a lot of other ingredients in our success soup, if we're going to call it like this. But consistency is the main one, and it's
So the
our
top.
one of the first values that we talk about. If you're not going to be consistent, then you're going to have challenges in your growth.
A few years ago, I read a book. I don't know if you read it, Mindset. I believe the author is Carol Dweck, I believe. And she speaks really heavily on that topic. It's really interesting, and she names people from with the science background and sports and business and things like that, and talks about heavily on that. Talent without discipline and consistency is nothing. But on the contrary, you explain it really, really nice. Well, now I'm curious, and this is your chance to inspire us again. The sum of our lives is our habits. That was which we do every day. What are your 3 main habits that have led you to success? That in which you are most consistent, or that for you is important to be consistent?
Yes, I remember early on when I started in this industry, they told me that if I wanted to become a good speaker or communicator, this needs to be part of my daily routine. So there's a lot of people who want to get better, or who want to eventually start living from communicating, or be a speaker or a trainer or a coach, but they do it occasionally and just hope that they'll get better over time. And they told me in the Maxwell organization that I need to start getting myself to the point where I do this every single day. So this is something that's valid, that's true in my life even today. I try to speak in front of an audience that can be an audience of 1 or of 2 or of 1,000, but I try to speak, and I try to share a message every single day. I have calls every day. I have different interactions with people every day. I try to not skip a day of sharing a message of growth. So this is still today a very big part of my life. A second thing is personal growth. I loved it. I don't remember where I read it, but many years ago I read that the personal growth concept is something that once you get it in your life, once you get going, and once you start, the journey of personal development should only have a beginning,
Right.
no end.
No end.
So once you start, you should never graduate,
Right.
so to speak, personally. It's not like there's a process that has a beginning and an end.
Right.
So and I love how we inside the Maxwell organization always said that once you come with us and you let us come alongside of you on your growth journey, we want to be there for life. We don't, it's not like we have a class that you get in and then graduate and then go on your way, because it's about personal growth. It should never be graduated. It should always be part of you. So today, 20 years later, I still work hard in finding time every single day for my personal growth. It can be a few pages in a book. It can be listening to a recording of a call, or watching a short YouTube video on a topic that I'm interested in. It needs to be part of my life every single day. So today I still it's my advice to most of the people that I share with, to find some time every single day to include a personal growth moment for ourselves. And then the third one for me, the third one for me that I'm working hard. I'm still not quite there yet every single day, but I'm really getting serious about personal health.
Oh, okay.
I want to be here for a while, and that's something that has to be part of my daily routine as well.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, we have to take care of ourselves, otherwise the machine gets kaput, and that's not a good thing. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let us talk a little bit about the model part. You know, we've been talking about consistency, and you're a leader, inspiring many people around the world. And within your team, within your organization, how do you model that, and how do you advocate consistency?
Yeah, so behind the concept of modeling anything in life is you actually being that, you actually having that in your life and in your behavior. You cannot give something that you do not have. John teaches us this all the time. So if you're gonna model consistency, first you got to make sure you have it. You got to make sure it's part of who you are. And then you got to be, and I work really hard on becoming visible to the people that follow me, and to show them what I do, to show them, to share my journey as it happens. So it's not just me going once a year into a big event and talking about my journey. It's about me sharing my journey with people, because, and I love when people that follow me and what we do in Romania come and say, I've been watching you for a few years, and it's amazing how you're evolving, how you're developing. It's amazing because they see the growth journey. They don't just see the end results. They see the process. And John has a really powerful saying where he says that, and I love that. I've heard him many times say this: never underestimate the compounding effect of consistency. Never underestimate how consistency builds in your life. And I want the people that follow and watch me to see that unfold in my life. I want them to see how results get better for me, how my life gets better, how I get better as a communicator, as a leader. I want to show this. So this is something that that I'm really passionate about, of in being present in our Romanian team members' lives, and actually allowing them to be a witness in my journey. Most of the people that are part of the Maxwell family, as we call it in Romania, They know me, they know my wife, they know my son, they know what we do every day, they know our failures, they know our successes, they know when we are afraid, and they see when we're working hard towards something. And I try to make everything visible, not just the high successes
Right.
or things that we're proud of. I try to show the entire journey, because it's a journey with ups and downs, and whoever tries to get more consistent in their life, they're gonna go through a process. It's not always gonna be sunshine and rainbows. It's gonna be tough moments as well. It's gonna be hard times as well. And if they see other people, if they see their leaders working in that process, that helps. I've seen John fail. I've seen our leaders fail. I've seen James fail, but that inspires me, because I know I fail. I know, and I know that if I want to be an inspiration for other people, I have to be vulnerable enough to show them that I'm a human being and my growth journey is basically the same as theirs. So when it comes to modeling something, I have to make it part of me, and then I have to make it visible. That's how I'm looking at it.
Beautiful, lovely. It's so interesting. Just before this call, I had a coaching session with someone, and I was talking about this topic, how important it is to be, in this case, accountable, because I think there's a type of accountability to be transparent with the people around you, so they see our journey, so that they can learn from our mistakes,
Yes.
not only our successes. How important that is.
I think it's a very important part of leadership, being vulnerable, being in that point where you're comfortable to show that you're a human being, and you're not ashamed of your failures. You're learning from your failures, and you're consistent enough to do it again and again and again better every time. So that's a in my that has always been a great example for me when I saw other people, and that's what I'm trying to do for the people that I work with.
Right. So, man, time has gone really fast. It's I delight talking to you. But before we depart, I have still two questions. As you know, we are trying to build. We are in the process of building what you went through a few years ago in Romania, right? That's what we are doing here in Germany, trying to build a German-speaking platform, the Maxwell Leadership Platform. And some of the people that are watching right now our videos are Maxwell DNA 2.0 are maybe thinking about becoming a coach, and some others might be already coaches, but are looking for a community of coaches to belong to. And at the same time, like you in your IT days, are thinking maybe about getting a certification, because it will help them to become better leaders, and to equip others to serve and add value to the people around them. What advice do you have for them? Why should they consider becoming part of the Maxwell Leadership family?
Yes, thank you for allowing me to speak on this. This is a subject that I'm very, very passionate about. It's not just about getting a coaching certification. It's not about becoming a certified coach. There's a lot of other places that you can do that. The Maxwell organization is about building leaders. Coaching is a component of true leadership. A leader who cares about the people around him to the point where he's willing to invest in himself in all aspects that can make him a better person for those people that he cares about. Coaching is one of the components. You want to be there's no leaders out there that are not good coaches. Coaching is about helping people pull out their potential from inside them. Creating a context with them to help them connect to the greatness inside of them. Every leader should be a good coach as well. Not every leader needs to have a business and needs to do this like full time or be a professional coach. But if you're in a place in your life where you want to grow yourself as a leader for other people, maybe you're a team leader, maybe you're a business owner, maybe you're not even any of those. Maybe you're like I was, you're part of a company or a team. You don't have your own team yet. You have a boss, you have colleagues. Maybe you want to grow yourself as I started in leading myself, self-leadership, which is also leadership. Learning to coach is a very important aspect. Not the only one. You also need to learn how to communicate. You also need to learn how to be able to share the feelings that are inside of the passion on a certain topic. There's a lot of things that you have to get good at when it comes to self-leadership and then team leadership. But coaching is one of them, and it's very, very important. So if you're on a growth journey, you want to get better in order to grow, to have a better life or a better company someday, or lead your team in a better way, or make them more better in terms of self-performance and what they do. If you want to add more value to yourself and to the world around you, there's no other organization in the world that has a system at the level of impact and complexity that we have right now. That's why I chose them, because there were other options in the world 10 years ago when I decided to join John's team. There were others, but this was like, I really saw the potential. This was like it has a uniqueness about them that comes from John's values and his love for people and his desire to help leaders grow to the point where they can multiply the impact and help other people grow. So it's about growth. It's not about coaching. Coaching is a big part of it. You'll be a better coach. You can have a business. You learn how to coach, but more so than that, you'll learn how to lead yourself better and be more valuable to the world. Awesome. And that's more important for me.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. There you have it. Just a reminder to our audience, we're coming to the end of this interview, but before we leave, I just want to encourage you one more time that if you want to be up to date regarding the Maxwell Leadership Deutsch, upcoming events, webinars, and much more. Also, if you want to get more information about how to become a Maxwell Leadership team member, just follow our social media accounts. All of the links, as well as Soren's, are included in the box, in the description box. So don't forget to do that. Soren, before we depart, this has been a great kickoff for our Maxwell DNA 2.0 series. But before we leave, a word of encouragement. We have a couple of minutes. How can you encourage our audience to become more consistent and to model consistency in their lives?
Yes. First of all, as I just said, join John's team. Be part of John's legacy to the world. There's not a lot. There's nowhere near enough John Maxwell team members right now in the German-speaking countries. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. Germany, as well as all the other countries in the world, need a lot more leaders, a lot more authentic leaders that care about the people, that care about, and that want to make a positive impact in the world. We as an organization specialize in creating contexts like this where people can come and grow. Help us join us and help us bring John's influence, his books, his teaching, his mindset into the German-speaking countries. If you are like us, if you are, I always like to say, if you're the kind of person that feels a warmth, has a warm feeling inside whenever they do good for other people, if you are happy when you do good for others, then your place is alongside of us, and our place is alongside of you'll make us better, as John says. If you come with us, you'll make us better, and we know we can make you better. You'll have the context where you can see how consistency work, and you can bring your life experience and whatever you've done in the past into the organization and make it better. There's a need for quality leaders and quality people in the world, and we need you to help us make the world a better place. So if you're that kind of person, just let us know, get in touch with us. We would love to get on a call and see if there's a match, and if we can continue the journey onwards together. We're much better together than we're separate.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you very much, Soren. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your life and your experience with us and the encouragement. Looking forward to keep working with you in future endeavors. Maybe we can repeat another interview at another time, a different topic, a different subject for our channel.
Thank you for having me, and I'll be glad to do this again at a next episode. Thank you for allowing me to share my message, and even more than that, thank you for allowing me to do what I love and to live my passion to help people. Thank you for this.
You're welcome. You have certainly added a lot of value to our lives today. And to our audience, just to encourage you, we'll be back next week with the next value of the Maxwell DNA acronym: add value and value people. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you next week. Until then, I wish you all a successful and blessed day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.